Hello everybody and welcome back to another rockabilly guitar lesson. It's my last day with this beautiful guitar. I have to give it back tomorrow. Well, unless a million people will buy my records and lessons overnight, but I don't think that'll happen. And yeah, had a good time with it. So today it's the second part from Blue Suede Shoes, where I show you how to play the second solo and also what to play during the verses. And the first part you can watch right here. Yeah, click this link. And Blue Suede Shoes is of course just one song out of 9 that I teach you in my whole video course, how to play 1950s Elvis songs just like Scotty. And I put a link in the description below so you can check that out as well. I also put a link in the description where you can skip right to the solo or the verse. Or maybe I put it in the first comment. Not sure yet. You'll see. Before I want to answer one question that many people ask me what kind of amp I used. So I want to show you some pictures. I use a Emerald G56. It's an amp that I designed myself and built with the help of some friends, and even my girlfriend, she helped me covering the amp. Yeah, but I'm very thankful for the help that I got, and also very happy with the sound. Yeah? And the looks. Yeah, I'm not the best man in like working with tools, but I think, yeah, it came out pretty nicely. So it has a pair of 6L6 tubes, power tubes, and it's got like 26 watts, cathode biased, tape echo in the back, and I can change the length of the echo and also the amount of repeats and how wet or how dry the signal will be. It's got 2 channels. Yeah, this is how it looks. I get most of the parts I used for building this amp from TubeTown, which is a company in Germany, and I put a link in the description below so you can check it out as well. And in the beginning you heard the sound that I get from this guitar, the 1953 Gibson ES295 and the Emerald G56. But now let's get right to it. Here's how to play Blue Suede Shoes just like Scotty, part 2. The second solo starts like this. You play the 5th fret, B and E string, and then you slide off, yeah? And then to 8 and 7 E and B string. You play this twice, yeah? And then a tricky part where you play the 5th fret of the E string and the 9th fret of the B string, and you bend up the B string. So it sounds like this. And then the next 2 bars. Yeah, one more time, the bending here. And this is the whole bar. It starts on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the run starts here on 8 and 7, 5, and then on the B string, 8 to 7 and to 5, a G string, back to 5. Yeah, just like in the first solo, you play the same fret. Yeah, first on the B string, then on the G string, using your index. Let me repeat this bar. Then 6 on the G string, 7 to 6 and back to 7. And then you just play 5 and 7 on the G and the B string. Let me repeat this bar, starting on the 6th fret. And the 2 bars repeated. And the next 2 bars. Fifth fret. to 8 to 7 to 5. Yeah. G string again, 7th fret. And then again the 5th fret on the G and B string, and then the 6th fret. And the next bar, D strings 7 to 6 to 7, just like before. Yeah, 5 and 7. So let me repeat the last 2 bars again. Next 2 bars. Starting on the A string this time, and you just go, you just use the 5th and the 7th fret for the next run. Until here, and then you slide again to the 10th fret on the B string. Let's do the 2 bars again, starting on the A string, 7th fret. And here are the last 2 bars, starting on one end, yeah, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 8 and 7 E and B string to 5. 8 on the B string. Yeah, 5th fret B and G string. 6. And then the root note at the end, the A on the D string, 7th fret. So here's the whole second solo slowly for you. So there's not too much going on during the verses, and the guitar is pretty far in the background. But I want to give you some examples of a rhythm that he plays, or I think he plays, because you can hear too much. So it starts with an A chord at the beginning of the verse, like you can knock me down, step in my face, slander my name all over the place. And I saw Scotty use his fingers very often for this kind of stuff, so you get a softer sound and it's not too loud and overpowering. So the first stroke is on 3 and the second one on 1. Yeah, and the second one you want to keep short. So it sounds like this. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Like this. So then the chord progression changes to D, and he uses a D9, ring fingers on the 5th fret, E, B and G string, then the ring finger on 4 of the D string, and the middle finger most likely on to the low E string, 5th fret. You can also put it onto the A string or both strings for the D9 chord that he uses very often. And the rhythm I wrote down here as an example is this one. In the first bar you play on 1 end and 3, and in the second bar on 1 end and 2 end. So it sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Then back to A, and this rhythm starts on 2, sounds like this. Yeah, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then to E, where you use a E9 chord, the same chord as the D9, just on the 7th fret, yeah, with your ring finger. And I wrote down this rhythm, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 1. So in the first bar you play on 2 and 3, when you want to keep the first stroke short. And the second bar you play on 1 and 2 and. Yeah? And this time you can keep the first stroke longer. So together it sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And in the same rhythm here when you go back to A in your 12 bar blues progression. So this is an example of the rhythm that you can play during the verse. It's just a 12-bar blues in A, and the chords you use is the A chord, just a regular bar chord, then the D9 and the E9 chord.